Alright, so in my last video I went over the single stroke rule, and this is something that is arguably one of the most important rudiments along with the single stroke rule. I would argue that the single stroke rule is the one most important rudiment, and diddles would be after that, or the double stroke rule. But this is definitely one of the top rudiments that you should know how to play, and it's called the paradiddle. So essentially it is right, left, right, left, left. Now, if you notice, my right on the first note and my left when I start off with the left hand is accented. So instead of playing like, I would be like. Now that takes some getting used to, but first, before you start off with the accent, you always want to learn the sticking and the basic rhythm. So first you want to start off with the basic rhythm, and if you already watched the last video, you know it. So it's just like single stroke roll, straight up 16 notes. So so now that you've gotten hang of that, you want to put the sticking in. So instead of just playing right, left, you want to try right, left, left, and you want to practice that until you get the hang of that, and then you want to put the accents in. So it's and then once you get the hang of the basic stroke and the basic sticking, now one way, so as you noticed, there's two strokes on the left hand, and that is one of the hardest parts of playing, because people tend to push when they're doing two strokes. People tend to push down like this. Now that does sound okay, but it doesn't sound like it's supposed to, because those notes should be two even strokes. So you bring up your wrist. You bring up your wrist up and down twice, and it should create they should have a similar sound effect. So it should be. Now that will come from practice, but so yeah, once you get sticking down, you can put in the accents like I did. So so what you want to do for accents is you want to bring up your hand, and you just want to. It should be more articulate in a way, if you can say. So like if my regular strokes are. If my regular strokes are about a 3 level, then maybe an accent would be 4, or maybe like a little bit between 4 and 3, but like maybe even a 5 sometimes. If you're playing at a super slow speed, then you can always like take up your stick height. So like you can play like. But since I'm playing at a faster speed, I would want to bring a lower stick height necessarily, so I would have my accent around here. And my taps like around here, if that makes sense. So yeah, once you figure out the difference between accents and taps, you could incorporate them. So it's like right. And once you get better with it, you can play a lot faster. Alright, so that will be it for this video. And the next video, I'm going to be covering diddles, and that is something that I should have covered before this video, but I will be covering that next. So be sure to check that out. Or it may be even titled double stroke roll, because diddles and double stroke rolls are the same thing.